I got to tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. The woke movement was supposed to be about people of color, and it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line. My leg is so hard, with my SUV and my heated seats. You have no idea what it's like to be me. Trash and white guys, the nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve of you white women. You guys stood by us toxic white males through centuries of our crimes against humanity. And occasionally, when you wanted to sneak off and hook up with a black dude, if you got caught, you said it wasn't consensual. Yeah, that's what you did. So why don't you shut up, sit down next to me, and take your talking to?
You said that you are spiritual, right?
Yes, I am.
And what does it mean to be spiritual?
To be spiritual is to not be judgmental and to accept everyone as equal. And that is what I try and do. It's to be godly in behavior.
But you don't seem to be that way about white people. You're very judgmental of white people and of the Jews. Why are you loving the Jews and you're very judgmental of the Jews and the whites? Why is that?
It's because perhaps my spirituality is geared towards humanity.
No, it's geared toward the blacks only.
Well, if we have to look at history, who's been treated badly, I believe that the curse is that of white supremacy, which has destroyed black culture, black lives, black wealth, black knowledge. So yes, I will take the side of the underdog until we see justice.
And so you agree with a communist socialist pig like Nelson Mandela. You agree with kill the Boer in South Africa. You agree with everything that seems to be wrong. You've been traumatized as a little kid. You were traumatized by all that stuff you saw growing up. Do you realize you've been brainwashed? You have the Stockholm syndrome.
Okay. Look, I think that...
have you noticed that about yourself? You have the Stockholm syndrome.
As I speak, I'm going to ask the white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African Americans, from the beginning of our nation's history, in honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart. I apologize.
We begin tonight's program with a mystery, that ancient riddle that has baffled humanity. What is a woman? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's a question so obvious that it barely needs thinking about. Women are, well, women, females. And how do I know what a female is? Well, you just know, don't you? I mean, if you want to get technical, women have vaginas rather than penises. And if you want to get scientific, well, women have a different set of chromosomes to men. In Canberra, though, well, simplicity is a hate crime. And things aren't nearly so clear-cut, especially when you're the Sex Discrimination Commissioner. Dr. Annie Cody appeared at a Senate committee hearing yesterday and was asked about a court case in which she gave evidence in support of a biological man who wanted to access a female-only app. Which makes you ask, why would the Sex Discrimination Commissioner advocate for a man wanting to access female-only spaces? Well, I hope you're sitting down.
Roxanne Tickle is not a man. She is a trans woman, and so she has gone through various processes and has transitioned, and she's a trans woman.
Spare a thought for our Victorian friends Because if you publish a story that their snivelling and weak Premier Jacinta Allen dislikes, she will attack you with vitriol. Now, we've long known that free speech means very little to authoritarians who are running Victoria, but yesterday's meltdown by Allen is a new low. The Australian revealed that children as young as 5 were effectively vulnerable to the indoctrination of transgender ideologies as part of the Victorian government's school curriculum. Now, it was legitimate reporting and should make even the most progressive of parents uncomfortable. But of course, when Allen was probed at a public press conference, she shuffled uncomfortably before unleashing a venomous retort targeting the reporting.
It's disgraceful nonsense. Like, seriously. This sort of ongoing attack on a program that is making a difference in kids' lives just should be stopped.
Now to 2 lefties losing it, and frankly, I don't know who is worse here. The racist woman, Yaba Blay, saying all white people are guilty and no amount of reparations will change that, or the silly fool nodding along.
White people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a check or you slide me something in Venmo that you're absolved and you can tell somebody, well, I gave Dr. Blay $100. I'm not racist. Dr. Blay is going to spend your $100 and still tell you that you're racist. Thank you.
That's awesome.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now.
And you know what? Best
Best
to say nothing, because how do you say nobody is illegal on stolen land? Either you believe in borders or you don't. So you can't say you're for free borders, anyone can go anywhere, but it's stolen land. So pick a lane, Billy, if you're going to make an argument.
Well, this is a really funny thing about this.
It is so contradictory. And you know what? The traditional owners, or she would call them traditional owners of the Greater California Basin, have come out and said she's never consulted with them before she purchased a $14 million compound on their ancestral land.
Well, it's really interesting because there's a group, there's a law firm and a sort of repossessions agency that has now said, oh, we're going to go now because you have made a statutory admission on air that your land is stolen. So we're going to go and we're going to get it back. And I just think this is so fantastic because it exposes all of the hypocrisy of all of this idea that, Australia is stolen land, America is stolen land. She thought she was being so clever. She has blown it all up.
During his presidency, Donald Trump not only savagely abused foes online with impunity, but was identified as a major super spreader of mis and disinformation. However, his online audience was so sizable and his content went so viral that none of the major platforms suspended him for repeated policy violations, making excuses for vaguely worded exceptions for public figures. A 2021 analysis of 120,000 posts and tweets on Facebook and Twitter found that there was just a small collection of only 12 individuals and their organizations responsible for the vast majority of anti-vax COVID misinformation circulating on the global internet during the lockdown.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, and I rise to oppose the motion moved by the Leader of the Opposition. And in so doing, I say to the Leader of the Opposition, I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. I will not. And the government will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. Not now, not ever.
No! No! Shame! Shame!
I told myself I was never going to get another tattoo. I just have a giant one on my back. I planned it for a long time, and now I think I'm going to get her name tattooed on me. Renee Nicole Good. Choosing where, that may take some time, but maybe that's it. Maybe I'll have a list on my body of the people killed by our own government without any cause.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, what? Just last summer, we had a bunch of people doing their whole no dictatorships and no kings rallies. And now we're here.
So, ICE just murdered an innocent civilian bystander today. So that's where we're at in this country. If you don't like where we're at in this country, please, I invite you to bed rot with me. On January 20th, we are going to just not do any of our responsibilities at all and see how this country fares. Because if you're a woman, you know how much we actually run. And I'm sick and tired of propping up a fascist regime.
I would ask if you're okay, but I see you have a septum ring, so that answers that question.
At what point do we just stop coexisting with these people? Because honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm physically, mentally, and emotionally drained.
If I'm putting on makeup for my husband to come home from work, or if I'm cooking for him, they get upset. They don't like that. Like, whoever the head of PR is for feminism needs to be fired. They are doing a horrible job, because almost all of their representatives who are outspoken, they just seem so miserable, so hateful, so bitter. It doesn't look fun at all. Nothing about that sounds appealing. I think that's why we're starting to see the like trad wife stuff on TikTok, is because people are so sick of the other side, like so done with the angry, man-hating, like putting women down. Ugh, it's boring, it's old, we're done with it. You don't have to like me, you don't have to like other women on social media. You can call everybody names and be upset, but just don't pretend that you support other women, because you don't, and a lot of people are seeing right through it.
Facts. Excellent video, W girl. And that's so true though. Just like I was saying, it's like it's not in vogue anymore. It's actually more trendy. In fact, you see celebrities like that Millie Bobby Brown now. She's kind of like emulating the trad wife thing, not because it's some trend, but because that you're just reverting back to factory settings. That's what you want, okay?
Wow.
What do you make them with?
Why does
I got no.
I'm not. Mom, it's your. Rascal! Press it in the mom. That was a high one.
While walking down memory lane, not so long ago, Satan came by my side, making me feel low. He brought up all the hurt and pain when I had gone astray. He wanted to discourage me as I walked along life's way. He said, "You're undeserving, 'cause I know where you've been. I have a record of your life when you were bound in sin. I know your darkest secrets that you would never tell. What makes you think you don't deserve a place with me in hell?" I heard the old accuser, and this was my reply. "You're right for all the things I've done. I sure deserve to die. My righteousness is filthy rags. My goodness is unclean. There's only one thing I can say to what you've said to me.